everyone, today I'm going to show you how to crochet the Bedtime Baby doll. It is a cute little human doll that has no arms or legs, and it's designed for small children to play with. It will also come with a little bonnet, and you can make a bed that's the perfect size to fit your little baby into. So this doll was created after I had designed the catnap kitties, which I'll show you right here. These catnap kitties were made with the same sort of body base and bed, and I've altered it slightly so that you can go ahead and make a human baby doll if you'd like to do that. So in this video, I'll show you how to crochet the human doll, and if you'd like to make the whole set with the bed, I will link that in the description box below for you to crochet the bed as well. Alright, so let's start off by looking at the materials that we'll need for this project. You will need some medium weight yarn. I have Bravo worsted weight yarn here that I'm using for this project. I'm using the mini packs, which comes with a lot of different colors, 24 different colors actually. So it's really awesome to work with when you want to make small, colorful projects. You'll be using this medium weight yarn in 4 different colors, 2 for the outfit of the doll, and 1 for the skin color and 1 for the hair color. Now with this yarn, you will be using a 2.75 millimeter hook or a suitable crochet hook that allows you to make tight stitches without gaps. You'll need scissors. You'll also need a pair of plastic safety eyes if you want to do eyes, or you can do, for example, here I'm using some black yarn and a yarn needle to sew on the eyes. So it's up to you if you want open or closed eyes. And I also have here a 5 millimeter hook to make the bed. And instructions for the bed, again, will be in a separate video that I used to show you how to make the catnap kitties pattern. So I'll link it in the description box below if you want to make the bed. Alright, so let's get started on making the doll. I'm going to start off this doll with the first color of the body. We're going to start from bottom and work up. It's a bottom-up project. I have 2 different colors of yarn for the outfit here, a darker turquoise and a lighter mint color. So I'm going to start off with the dark color. Feel free to use any color you'd like though. And to begin, you are going to make a chain of 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you are going to insert a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So here, and I'm going to make 5 single crochets across. So that's 1, here's 2, in the next one I have 3, and then there's 4, and in the very last chain you're going to put the 5th single crochet. Then you're going to actually turn your piece and you're going to work on the opposite side of the chain, and you're going to insert a single crochet in each of those chains on the opposite side. Again, that will be 5 chains, so you're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. After you do that with 5 single crochets on each side of the chain, you will now have 10 single crochets in all for this round. Now we're going to go on to the next round, round 2. And what you're going to do is single crochet and increase all the way around 5 times. So in my first stitch here, I'm going to single crochet, and then I'll increase in the next stitch by putting 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Repeat that 4 more times. So single crochet, increase, that's my second repetition, single crochet, increase, that's my third repetition, single crochet, increase, that's my fourth repetition, and last one, here's a single crochet, and here's an increase. After that, you're going to single crochet around in each of those stitches. We now have 15 stitches, so that's going to be 15 single crochets in each stitch for round 3. So let's begin. 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now that you have finished single crocheting around, we're actually going to switch the yarn color. So in this next stitch, I'm going to be attaching my second yarn color for the outfit. And I'm going to be using this light mint color. So here, we're going to simply work single crochets around for each stitch. And you are not going to fasten off the first yarn color yet, because you will be using it to create this nice sort of colorful mosaic look in the next round. So again, do not fasten off for the first yarn color. Alright, so now that I've single crocheted around, I'm going to do this next round of alternating colors. I'm going to start off first with this regular light mint color. Then in my next stitch, I'm going to alternate by pulling the darker color through and finishing off with the lighter color. That's going to create a little V stitch here that's in the other color. And I'll show you, for example, here you'll see the little V stand out from the rest of the body. So we're going to work to this effect. Here's another one too. You could see the V's standing out. Especially if you have high contrast with your 2 yarn colors, it will be extra visible. So now, after that first one, I'm going to make my next single crochet normally, and then alternate again. Next single crochet, I'm going to pull with the dark color and finish off with my light color. You are going to work this all the way around, alternating between the 2 colors. All right. When you get to the end, do not fasten off the other color yet. You'll still be carrying it through. We're going to now do 1 round of single crochets around using only this light mint color. All right, after that round, again, we're going to continue alternating colors. So I have started off with first this mint color, then I'm going to switch over to the darker yarn color, and you're going to repeat what you did in that previous round where you're simply switching between those two yarn colors. So here, pull through with the dark color, finish off with the light color. Pull through with turquoise, finish with mint. Once you finish that round, you're simply going to single crochet all the way around again in the mint color. So I'm going to do that. All right, and now, oops, I went one stitch too far. Okay, so now I finished that round. In the next round, we're actually now going to switch back to the first color that we used. So I'm going to switch back to this dark turquoise. And in this section, we're now going to do a single crochet and decrease all the way around. So you're going to work that 5 times. In this first stitch, single crochet. In the next stitch, decrease. Single crochet and decrease. Continue around with single crochet and decrease. Single crochet, decrease, single crochet, and decrease. And then I'm going to snip off the the second color I have here. No longer need that light mint color. What you can also do at this point, what's recommended actually, is that you now stuff your doll and make sure the stuffing is nicely and firmly in there, but do not stretch the stitches out. So here I am using the back of a crochet hook to actually stick the stuffing in. You could use chopsticks if you want, or anything long and hard that can help get your stuffing in there. All right. There's my squishy little body so far. In this next round, you're going to single crochet around 10 times because there are 10 stitches. So I'm going to start off here in this first stitch. Work 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And after that, you will have finished with the body section. We're going to now do the head. So you are going to attach the skin color yarn to your project. We're going to use that as our next stitch. For this next section, we're going to increase all the way around using the skin colored yarn. So I'm going to go into the next stitch here and attach my peach yarn for the skin. Now you can either work in back loops only, or if you want to work in both loops, that is fine too. I'm going to work in both loops here. So increase 2 single crochets in the first stitch, go into the next stitch, and we're also going to make 2 single crochets here, 1 and 2, go into the next stitch, 2 single crochets once more, and work in this manner all the way around. So 2 single crochets in each stitch. Alright, so there I've gone all the way around, and now you can actually snip off the colored yarn that you used for the body, and you can just stick it into the body of the doll so that it doesn't get in your way as you crochet. As we continue around, we're now going to do a little bit of increasing. We can now do single crochet 3 and then increase all the way around. That'll bring us from 20 stitches to 25. So let's start. Single crochet 3, that's 1, 2, 3, and increase in the next stitch. Repeat that again for a second repetition. 1, 2, 3, increase, third repetition here. 1, 2, and 3, and then increase, fourth repetition. 1, 2, 3, increase, and last one. 1, 2, 3, and increase. Now your doll's head will be looking kind of large at this point. We're going to now work the next 2 rounds by single crocheting around. Simply insert a single crochet in each of those stitches. We'll meet back after these straight rounds are done. So I'll show you how we start off. Just insert a single crochet in each stitch here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going around for a total of 25 stitches. So we'll meet back after these next 2 rounds. At this point, you've now crocheted up to row 14, and we're going to move on to round 15. Here, we're going to actually switch the yarn color to the hair color, the last color we'll be using for the body of this doll. In the next stitch here, you're going to simply switch over to using this hair colored yarn. I'm using a brown, and you're going to be decreasing this round, so you will single crochet 3 and then decrease all the way around. So that's my first stitch. That's my first single crochet 2, single crochet 3, and now I'm going to decrease. And repeat that. Single crochet 1, 2, 3, and decrease. Repeat. Single crochet 1, 2, 3, decrease. Single crochet 1, 2, 3, decrease. And last one, single crochet 1, 2, and 3, and a decrease. And now on to round 16, we're going to decrease further. Actually, at this point, it would be a good idea to add the plastic safety eyes. Let me go ahead and cut off my peach yarn first. For the plastic safety eyes, if you'd like to do this, feel free to, or if you want to sew the eyes instead, you can also use black yarn and stitch on the eyes between rounds 13 and 14. If you don't want to stitch it on, you can use these eyes here, and I'm simply going to put them between rounds 13 and 14, about 5 stitches apart. So I'm using 6mm eyes, and I think I'll put, this is 11, 12, 13, 14. So between 13 and 14. I like to use my hook to see sort of where I want to stick it first. Pay attention where the back of your doll would be, where the color change is made. So if I put one eye here, 5 stitches across would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming out over here. And I think this placement looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and put in one eye here. Oops, and let me make sure I count correctly. They're 5 stitches apart, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is actually right here. Okay, and let me put the eye into that next spot. If you're satisfied with the placement of the eyes, you can go ahead and secure them using the backs. So I'm just going to push that in here and in here. There. So that's for attaching the eyes. Now we're going to continue stitching the next 2 rounds, our last 2. You're going to want to stuff the doll's head as you kind of finish up these last 2 rounds. So after I do round 17, I will finish stuffing the head. For now, we are going to, actually, let me see. Oh, excuse me, we're on round 16, not 17. So for round 16, you're going to single crochet twice and then decrease all the way around. So it looks like this. Single crochet 2 times and then decrease. Single crochet 2 times. And then decrease. All the way around. Then in the next round, you're going to single crochet once and then decrease. Single crochet once and then decrease. And continue in this manner. Before I do my last decrease, I'm seeing that the hole is now getting smaller and smaller, so you'll want to stick in your stuffing before you close it all the way up. I'm going to now add some stuffing before it gets to be too hard to put in. Alright, and I'm just finishing off my very last decrease here. And in this last round, you're simply going to decrease all the way around. So insert a decrease into these next 2 stitches. Oops. Make sure you don't snag the stuffing as you decrease. And you'll end up with 5 decreases for this round. And once you are done with those 5 decreases, simply fasten off with a yarn tail. You are going to use that yarn tail to stitch up the very top of your doll's head, where you have this tiny hole from the 5 decreases. If you don't have a yarn needle handy, you can also just use your hook and pull the yarn through, like I'm going to demonstrate here. And you essentially just want to cinch up the very top of the head. Make sure that it's not going to have a hole where stuffing can come out. And I'm snipping off my yarn tail here. Oops. And now, squishing that in, my little bedtime baby doll is all done. That's that for the doll's body. And in this next portion, I'll show you how to make the little bonnet for your doll. For the doll's bonnet, you'll want to use the same yarn colors for the body if you want to keep it as a matching outfit. I'm going to start off with the first yarn color I use for the body, which is this darker turquoise. And to begin, you are going to start off with a magic ring. And in the magic ring, you're going to chain 3. So here's 1, 2, 3 chains, and insert 11 double crochets into the ring. So here I'm going in and making my double crochets. If you need a tutorial for the magic ring, feel free to check out my description box below. I have an easy tutorial for that, as well as an alternative if you cannot get the hang of a magic ring. Okay, so after your chain 3 and your 11 double crochets, that's going to, the first chain 3 is going to act as a double crochet, so we're going to call that as 12 double crochets total. You will join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, like so. And in this next round, you're going to chain 3 again. Insert a double crochet into that same stitch, and you're going to do that increase around for each of the next few stitches, but leave the last stitch unworked. So here's what it's going to look like. We're going to do increases in the next 10 stitches here. So that's 1 increase, 2 increases, 3 increases, and so forth. Now, instead of going into that very last stitch, you're going to leave it unworked. So you see here, this last stitch is not going to have an increase in it. You're simply going to chain 3 for the next round and turn. We're not going to join. So now we're going to insert a double crochet into each of the these stitches around. After you reach the very end, you are done for this yarn color. So you're actually going to fasten off. You don't need to leave a long tail here. We're going to end up weaving it in. And we're going to actually turn the piece to have the last round's right side of the stitches facing you. Instead of starting at the part where we left off, you are going to actually insert your hook into the start of row 3. So that's where I started row 3. That's where I finished row 3. In row 3, we're now going to attach the next yarn color, which is the light mint here. We're going to make it match with our doll's outfit. So leave a yarn tail to start with as a tying strap for the bonnet. And in the first chain, you're going to make a chain. Then you're going to single crochet across in back loops only. So in each of these next stitches, go only into the back loop and make a single crochet. Now, at the end, you are going to pull your yarn end long so that it matches the length of the first strap. And then you're going to cut off. Make sure you weave in the end for the inside of that bonnet. And then you should have your bonnet ready for your little doll to wear. You can put it on like so, over the head. And use the tying straps to go ahead and tie a little bow to secure the bonnet. Trim the ends of your straps so that they aren't too long. Though I will add that if you want to make it easy for tying, you might want to keep these straps on the longer end. So that's that for my cute little bedtime baby doll pattern. What I like to do is if I'm keeping the yarn straps long, I just simply tuck them and hide them into the back of the bonnet. There. So that you don't see them and they're not really in the way. All right. So that is that for my little sleepy bedtime baby doll. Please, again, if you want to make the little bed accessory to have the doll go to sleep in it, you may do that following the tutorial I'm linking in the description box below. It's part of the catnap kitty pattern, so you can go ahead and make these as a set. Have both babies and cats and a bunch of beds for them to sleep in. All right, hope you enjoyed this pattern and have a fun time crafting. Bye now.